What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Blind OG, and in this video we will be checking out the accessibility features and some of the gameplay modifiers for The Last of Us Part 2. This video was requested by a subscriber, so I hope that I can answer all the questions that you have as far as accessibility goes. Just a quick update for the channel. Two of the games that was supposed to be featured on the channel, which was Microsoft Flight Simulator and Madden 21, uh, have been well. I mean, to say it nicely, it's they're not what was expected and what was told. So for the Flight Simulator, I will include in the description the link for the article that I read that led a lot of people to believe that Flight Simulator was going to be accessible to the blind. And then for Madden 21, um, from hearing a lot of people on Twitter talk about the game, the trial, and everything like that, it's not even as accessible as Madden 20. And one thing to understand is that the trial is not a demo; it's the full game. You just get 10 hours to play around with it, so you have a timer, right? So it is the full game, right? So so yeah, it comes out tomorrow on 28th, and we'll see how that works out. I'm probably gonna buy it and do a review so that you guys know whether it's something that you want to buy or not. So so if you're interested in knowing about the accessibility in Madden 21, then just wait a little bit tomorrow, and I will make sure to have a review on it up tomorrow so that you can make an informed decision on what accessibility options are there and how the gameplay is before you actually spend your cash on it. Right? So we're gonna focus on the accessibility in The Last of Us Part 2.
Story. Options.
So we'll go in
Subtitles.
here.
Display. Subhud.
Um, Real quick,
Controls.
I want to show you
Motion
guys
sensor function
a
aiming. Off.
a
Enables
um
using the orientation of the controller to
a
adjust the
setting,
aim
and
direction.
this is
Sensor
it right
motion
here.
sensor function aiming. Off.
Now, what
Enables
this
using the
does,
orientation of the controller to
it
adjust your
allows you
aim
to
direction.
move your controller, tilt your
Left and right
controller
directional
in
buttons.
order
Change.
to
Triangle button.
aim
Reset to defaults.
from
Circle
body
button.
to head.
Back.
So for people who had aim assist on, when you pressed up on the right thumbstick, it aimed from body to head. Now with this, you can tilt your controller up, and it helps a whole lot for people who might have issues with keeping their thumb at the right spot and pulling the trigger. So that's one way to fix that in the game. One example of that was the part where you are Ellie and you're with Tommy and you're doing the sniper. So the sniper rifle. So that's one part that can help you with that. So that's one thing that I have been playing around with. I'm really liking it. It's really cool. Gives it another dimension. Seems more
Left
tactile
and
to
right
me.
directional controls.
All right.
HUD. Sub
So
display.
we go into
Audio. Language.
accessibility.
Accessibility control. Accessibility. Motion
And right
sickness.
off the bat, you
Navigation and
can hold
motion
square to
sickness.
go into the
Apply vision
presets.
accessibility
And
preset.
depending on what you
Apply hearing.
need,
Apply vision
there's
accessibility.
things
Apply hearing
for people who are
accessibility
blind
preset.
or visually
Off. Apply
impaired,
motor
or people who
accessibility
are deaf
preset.
or hard of
Off.
hearing, and
Apply
then
vision
also people who have
accessibility preset.
motor
Off.
disabilities
Configures
who,
all the recommended settings
have
designed for
trouble with their
players
hands and
who are
stuff like
blind or
that.
motion sickness.
Now,
Navigation and traversal.
there's
Square button.
tons of
Presets.
mini
X button.
like
Select.
sub menus
Text
in
to
here.
speech and navigation
So
and
of course,
traversal.
the ones that I used was
Square
pretty
button.
much
Text
everything in the
navigation and
navigation
traversal.
and traversal.
Navigation assistance. On.
So
Traversal assistance.
assistance
On.
and
Enable
traversal,
simplify. Ledge guard. On.
ledge
Guards
guards, so
against
I
fall.
didn't fall
Enhance
off
listen
of
mode.
cliffs.
On.
Just
Enables the
just go
ability to
falling off
scan for
cliffs.
scan range. There
Of course,
scan time.
scanning
2
was
second.
for
Infinite
enemies
breath.
and for
On.
items.
Enables
Infinite
infinite breath.
breath
Skip
was
puzzle
one.
option. On. Win the
Skip puzzle
puzzle. Select
option,
skip
of course.
navigation assistance. Traversal,
Right, so
navigation and
that's
traversal.
what we have in that
Text to
one.
speech and audio cues. Traversal audio cues. On.
The
Enables additional accessibility
text
audio
and
cues to
sound
assist with
cues
traversal and
are
exploration.
really, really important, really
Place a sound
crucial for
cue
people
for
who are blind.
jumpable gaps, climbable ledges, and squeeze
And it gives
throughs.
you, you know, tons of
Areas
different
that
sound
require crouching
cues,
or
and
going prone.
that's where
Interrupts and
if you
nearby
watched the
breakable
playthrough
glass.
on the channel of Last of
Gaining
Us
or
Part
losing
2,
movement
this
control.
is where a lot of those
When ledge guard
sounds
is enabled,
came
place
from.
a sound cue when active combat audio cues. Combat vibration cues.
So all
On.
this stuff is really
Enables vibration cues to assist
self-explanatory,
with combat. Guitar vibration cue. Audio volumes. Adjust audio cue glossary. Browse and listen to various audio
and that's
cues
the
that appear
glossary that I
throughout
used a few
gameplay.
times
X
in the
button.
beginning because I
Select. Triangle
was
button.
a bit
Reset to
confused at
defaults.
what some
Circle
of those
button.
sounds
Back.
were. So,
Text to speech. On. Traversal audio cues. On. Combat audio cues. On.
all right.
Text to speech combat accessibility.
So you have
Alternate controls. Combat accessibility. Slow motion. Enable combat accessibility. On. Hostages don't escape. On. Allies don't get enemies don't flag. Reduced enemy perception. Reduced enemy accuracy. Off.
and these
Reduced
two
enemy
are like,
perception.
you
Off.
can,
Reduce enemy perception and stealth.
I
This
mean,
setting
with
is
like as
relative
with
to the
all these
chosen
options, you change them
difficulty.
up
Left
as
and
you
right
wish,
directional
in
buttons.
order to customize your
Change.
game.
Try reduced enemy accuracy. Off. Enhanced dodge. On. Invisible while prone. Unlimited. You are invisible to limited.
Now, the difference between
Left
this
and right
is
unlimited.
unlimited. You can be invisible
Left and right
for, of
directional
course, an
buttons.
unlimited amount of
Change.
time.
Limited.
With limited, you have about maybe
Left
five
and right
seconds
directional
worth of
buttons.
invisibility
Change.
when you go
Triangle
prone,
button.
and then
Reset
after
to
that,
defaults.
people
Circle
can
button.
they can see
Back.
you, So I keep it for the first playthrough. I had it on
Unlimited.
unlimited,
Limited.
but right now, um, we keep it
Left and
on
right directional buttons.
limited
Change. Triangle
because
button. Reset to
I'm
defaults. Circle
using
button.
infinite
Back.
ammo, and in order to balance everything out, I don't want the game to be easy as possible.
Combat
All right, so
accessibility.
those are pretty much the accessibility options that I
Accessibility.
use. We'll go now into
Controls.
the
Options.
modifiers,
Extras.
and I'll show you
Story.
where you can
Extra.
find
Gameplay
like infinite
modifiers. Change the
ammo, and
behavior
that's
of the
in
game.
gameplay
Earn points.
modifiers.
Mirror on death. Cost. Slow
Now
motion.
there's tons of
Cost.
different
Bullet
things
speed
in
mode.
here, and a
Off.
lot of these
Reduces gun speed to 25%
I
while aiming.
unlock just to
Press
try out,
X
but I
button.
don't
To
really
select
ever
this
use
mode.
them.
Infinite ammo. Off.
So infinite
Enables
ammo is one that
unlimited
I do
ammo.
use. I
Press
like it. It's
X
really
button.
cool.
To select this mode.
Pair that with the silenced submachine
Left and
gun,
right
and
directional
to me,
buttons.
it's heaven. I
Change.
love it.
Infinite crafting. Off.
Infinite
Enables
crafting
infinite
crafting is
ingredients
one
for
thing
crafting.
that's really
Press.
cool.
Infinite melee durability.
Um,
Infinite listen mode range.
Now
Off.
the
One
ones
shot.
down
Off.
here,
All
one
player
shot
guns are one shot kills.
is it
Press
got to be
X
too
button.
easy,
To
but
select this mode.
if you are running through
Left
the
and right
game on your
directional
second
buttons.
playthrough and you're
Change.
just going to
Circle button.
collect stuff,
Back.
then a lot of those battles that you have, you just want to hurry up and get done with it. So I totally understand, using that.
Touch of death. Off. All
Um,
8-bit audio.
but there's
Off.
also stuff that I
Enables an 8-bit audio
didn't really mess
distortion.
with,
4-bit
like
audio. Helium audio.
the helium
Cost.
and xenon.
Xenon audio. Cost.
That
5.
makes for
Helium audio.
helium makes voices
Cost.
go up,
Xenon
xenon makes
audio.
it go down,
Mirror world. Cost. Mirror on death.
and
Cost.
so yeah, that's
15.
pretty
Gameplay
much
modifiers.
what we
Change the
got as
behavior of the
far as the
game.
gameplay
Earn points and
modifiers.
unlock
Now
unique
this is a
content by
store
finding render modes. Change the
where you
appearance
can
of the game.
use the points
Earn
that you
points and
earn
gameplay modifiers.
from
Credits. Watch the complete
beating
game
the
credits.
game and
Extras.
getting far in the game and stuff like that, progressing in the game.
Story.
So yeah, that's pretty much the accessibility and the modifiers. So I hope I answered the questions um, that you had, or that you guys had about um, those options and stuff like that. If you have another question that I didn't get to cover, then throw them in the comments, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. So thanks for checking out the video. I'm Blind OG, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.